What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to a huge transfer news update video. I haven't done a transfer news update video for a while for you guys, so I want to share the biggest and most incredible transfer stories with you guys. But also before that, I will do England-Russia fan zone live reactions video. If you want to see that, smash the like button. And on my second channel, I'm doing a match review and reaction video to all the Euro 2016 games. And also I will be analyzing each team's performance. And you can expect a lot of football stuff on my second channel. On my main channel, the career modes will continue tomorrow, and also the Euro 2016 series will continue tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. And now let's get straight into the transfer news. By the way, if you are excited for all these stuff coming on my main and on my second channel, please leave a like on this video. And Ibrahimovic, it looks like his Manchester United move is on hold because, you know, it couldn't be completed before the Euros, because I think Ibrahimovic was due a big loyalty bonus if he stayed with Paris Saint-Germain until, I guess, June the 1st or something like that. I'm not really sure, but basically the Sweden coach said that it would not be okay for Zlatan Ibrahimovic to fly to Manchester for a medical in the middle of the Euros, and I can perfectly understand that. I think it's only the matter of time, and it's a matter of when and not if Zlatan Ibrahimovic becomes a Manchester United player. Then it will be frightening next season how Manchester United could line up, because they already signed Eric Bailly, a very talented defender from Villarreal. But let's go with some other transfer news. Ronald Koeman's announcement could be made next week, and I can't really perfectly understand why on earth does Ronald Koeman move from Southampton to Everton when Southampton finished higher than Everton. They have better players than Everton, maybe they have less money, and maybe they are not as big a club in terms of fan base, but I can only see if Koeman was promised like a huge, maybe 100 million transfer budget at Everton. That's the only way I can see Koeman basically leaving Southampton. Also maybe Southampton will continue to sell some of their best players, but he will have that problem at Everton as well, because I think Lukaku already said that he wants to sign for a club in the Champions League. So let me know, guys, what do you actually think about Koeman going to Everton from Southampton? I think it's a sideways move, and we will only find out whether he was right or not in the next 2 or 3 seasons. But I think Koeman should wait until a bigger job arrives. And Falcao, it looks like, will not go to Middlesbrough, as some transfer sources claimed before. He just said on Instagram that on June 24th he will start the preseason with AS Monaco. And what an epic fail Falcao was. He signed for huge wages at Manchester United, and then he went to Chelsea and he failed to deliver at both clubs. He's just not suited to the Premier League. Even though Falcao was an absolute world-class striker for Atletico Madrid, the Premier League is a different league, to be honest, to the Spanish league. And also it looks like Manchester United have entered the race to sign Borussia Dortmund star Mkhitaryan. The Daily Mail reports Arsenal and Juventus are also interested, and he's one of the best Bundesliga players. So I think if he goes to the Premier League, to one of the big clubs like Man United or Arsenal, it would be a huge bonus for them. And Arsene Wenger has hailed N'Golo Kante as an incredible and unique player. You can read the quotes here on the screen, and I found it quite interesting. Maybe Arsenal will try to sign N'Golo Kante, who hasn't committed his future to Leicester City. He just had a great season winning the Premier League, and he's having a great tournament with France at Euro 2016. Well, only played 1 game, but that was very good for Kante. And I think he's a world-class midfielder right now. He came from absolutely nowhere, and now he looks like one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, to be honest. So I think if Arsenal could manage to convince Kante to join them, they would be a hell of a lot stronger, because he's exactly what they need. He's the missing link, I think. in Arsenal's midfield. He would provide the energy. He had the most interceptions in Europe by far, and if Arsene Wenger is speaking very highly of him, I can see them definitely trying to get Kante, and Arsenal have the resources. They can pay much bigger wages than you know, Leicester City. And also, this is a huge story. Paris Saint-Germain have been linked with a monster bid for Neymar this morning, and they also might want Carlos Bacca. And I want to switch over to the Daily Mail, who are saying that Paris Saint-Germain are hoping to sign Neymar by activating his £153 million release clause. Wow, if that comes true, that will be just the biggest transfer ever in football history. Neymar is, I think, in one of the best 5 players in the world at the moment, alongside the likes of Suarez, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and maybe Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Or you could argue other players, but he's only 24 years old, so he has a good 10 years in his career. And I wouldn't understand him going to Paris Saint-Germain, but Barcelona have some financial problems, and at the moment it looks like they won't be able, unless they secure a big sponsorship deal, they won't be able to extend the contract of all their front three, Messi, Suarez and Neymar, so they might have to sell one of them. And Paris Saint-Germain are one of the few clubs who can actually pay the money to get Neymar, because they have basically unlimited transfer funds. I think Neymar should stay at Barcelona, but if they can't afford to keep him financially, then Paris Saint-Germain would be a good option for Neymar. They would win the league every year, and with Neymar I can definitely see them challenging for the Champions League trophy in the next 3 or 4 years. So yeah, it looks like Miralem Pjanic is very close to going to Juventus from Roma. And Juventus are basically doing something similar in Italy, what Bayern Munich are doing in Germany, signing their direct title rivals, best players, best midfielders. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this. And actually, Robbie Savage thinks that Vardy should join Arsenal, because Robbie Savage said in the Mirror that Jamie Vardy owes Leicester nothing. He has just fired them to the Premier League title and into the Champions League. To be honest, I don't know what more he can realistically achieve at Leicester. Leicester aren't going to win the title again. Well, Robbie Savage, mate, I bet you said Leicester won't win the title when this season that just finished started. So you can't say 100% that Leicester aren't going to win the title. Yes, if Vardy joins Arsenal, then I can see that. Why? But if Leicester keep their best players and sign more players, why not? I can't 100% say that it won't happen. So Robbie Savage again chatting shit, and maybe he will get banged. Maybe Vardy will say something about that. So yeah, Ray Parlour thinks N'Golo Kante would be a great signing for Arsenal. He's of course a former Arsenal player, Arsenal legend. So of course he's saying that. And Jose Mourinho, it looks like after securing new deals for Rashford and Michael Carrick, it looks like Mourinho might be trying to sign Paul Pogba to Manchester United. They are, Mourinho is willing to offer right back Darmian in a player plus cash deal, but still Paul Pogba should be worth about 60-70 million pounds, and Darmian is worth how much? 10-15 million pounds. And now some Liverpool transfer news. Liverpool reportedly made a €12 million bid for Udinese midfielder Zielinski, but he's not the first choice of Jurgen Klopp, so that's why we offered such low money. I think our first choice could be Dahoud or Leroy Sané or somebody like that. We shall wait and see, but at the moment Napoli is also in the race to sign Zielinski. So yeah, Zielinski definitely is interested with the move to Liverpool. I will trust Jurgen Klopp about his transfers. We just need to do some deals hopefully in the next few weeks. But with the Euros, it's quite difficult because some of our transfer targets, yeah, like Jonas Hector is at the Euros, Zielinski is also at the Euros, so it's quite difficult to do these deals. Also Tottenham target Michy Batshuayi reportedly wants 100,000 per week to seal the move to Tottenham, and the problem is that they at the moment the highest contract at Tottenham is 80k, and it's earned by Lloris and Dembele, and they are just giving Harry Kane a bigger deal, which will be 100 or 110k. So I can't see Tottenham giving Batshuayi, who is unproven in the Premier League, the same wage as Harry Kane or something similar. But if they don't offer them, if they don't offer much Batshuayi enough wages, then he could go to Chelsea, so it can perform. And yeah, this is a very interesting report. Ray Parlour said at Talksport that it looks like the Vardy deal to Arsenal isn't happening now. I was at Arsenal the other day. There were big reports flying around of a medical to Jamie Vardy, but then it looked like that Vardy had a U-turn and basically decided against signing for Arsenal. I think it's at the moment 50-50. Vardy is at the Euros. He wants to concentrate on that, and I think he will make a decision after the Euros. So the transfer is definitely not dead, but Arsenal fans can be worried that Vardy didn't say yes straight away. So that means that he has some doubts of leaving Leicester City, and to be honest, he would lose his legendary status at Leicester. They would probably erect a statue, a Vardy statue, if he stayed at Leicester for the next 2 or 3 years. But at Arsenal, he will get a bigger contract. He could compete maybe regularly for the Premier League title. Maybe at Leicester he won't be able to do that. So it's what would you do if you were Jamie Vardy? Would you sign for Arsenal, or would you stay at Leicester? Let me know. And the next transfer news is that the Liverpool are leading the race to sign Lille sensation Sofiane Boufal. He's a great career mode talent, but I haven't watched a lot of him. I don't really watch French football, to be honest, but I heard good things about him. I really hope that Liverpool scouts have scouted him extensively. He scored 12 goals from an attacking midfield position last season and impressed the Liverpool scouts. So I think he would be definitely a player that could, thrive and maybe become world class under Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, let me know, what do you think? How good is Boufal? If you watch Lille or if you watched French football, sorry, how good is Boufal? And another transfer story in the Mirror: Manchester City are ready to triple Laporte's wages, and they could seal a 40 million summer transfer for him. Man City have really messed up the defensive transfers. They signed Mangala from Porto for ridiculous amounts of money, Otamendi from Valencia, and they both haven't impressed. For the amount of money that they spent on those two defenders, they are not world class, either of them. Laporte is, similar to them, and you just don't know how a defender can, cope with the pace and physicality of the Premier League. So I think it's another gamble, but Man City have the money to take these gambles. So I think Laporte is one of the best young talents in Spain, so they would definitely, have a very interesting, first season in the Premier League, and it will be interesting how these defenders can cope with the big physical strikers that some Premier League clubs have. Also, Tottenham, it looks like if they don't sign Batshuayi, this is the fullback's option, and it's not a bad fullback option. Vincent Janssen, who he just became the Eredivisie, the Dutch League's top scorer at just 21 years old, and he could be available for a bargain £12 million, and he just scored 27 goals in 34 games, and most of his goals came after January, so he's in red hot form. It's just a shame that the Netherlands didn't make it to the Euros, so we can't watch him perform at the Euros. But I think if you are a Tottenham fan, you should be excited about this transfer news, definitely. And as I said before, if Batshuayi doesn't sign for Tottenham, he could sign for Chelsea. I would love him to go to Liverpool, but without Champions League football, again, it's the same old story. I don't think we can attract such a big talent, but I think we are all right at the striker positions. If we don't get a big offer for Benteke from another club, then I think Jurgen Klopp is happy with our transfers, with our forward options. We have Sturridge, Origi, Danny Ings and Benteke, 4 very good versatile strikers, and I think we should strengthen really in wide areas and in defensive midfield areas, and also in left back and maybe a goalkeeper, or we already signed a new goalkeeper. So the last transfer story of the day is that Manchester United could be signing £15 million Swiss wonderkid Breel Embolo. He's also a huge talent. I would love to see him at Liverpool, but again, without Champions League football, I'm not sure if we can attract him. But I'm not sure if Embolo should go to Man United, to be honest, because if they sign Ibrahimovic, they already have Martial and Rashford, and Embolo would be like 4th choice striker at Manchester United. I think we should go to a club where he's playing regularly, because he's only 19 years old. At that stage of your football career, it's vital that you play regularly. So yeah, let me know what do you think about these transfer stories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you later. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.